Well, howdy there, folks. This is your host, ID Jester. Thank you for checking out my video. Once again, we're going to be talking about tigers on the hunt and interesting developments going on here. Somebody had actually posted on the Matrix forums about hot seat and being able to play this game with hot seat components. And so I got to thinking about it and replied back and was talking about, well, you could actually, hot seat is basically the fact that two people are sitting in the same room, sharing the same screen, and we have some of those capabilities already in some of the programs. For example, Skype will allow you to share your screen remotely with other users. So it got to me to thinking about hot seat. Really, hot seat means, people think of hot seat as, okay, two people sitting in the same room, in the same house, in the same building, playing on the same computer. But nowadays, with the internet, that's not really the case anymore, because I can still share my screen with other people out there on the internet, and we don't have to be in the same room or the same building. We can be in different cities, different states, different countries, and we can still have full access to my computer screen, because all I'm doing is, for hot seat capabilities, is sharing my screen with someone else. And in fact, I'm not, sharing it with somebody that's sitting in my room, but somebody that's sitting thousands and thousands of miles away. So somebody has suggested looking into TeamViewer, and so I've been looking around to try and find a program that I think we can use to play Tigers on the Hunt, so that we can basically use hot seat capabilities, but do that remotely across thousands of miles through the internet. And there are some really good programs out there, and I want to introduce one to you and show you just how viable it is for playing Tigers on the Hunt with a live human person. I've looked into several other ones. Of course, there is the Chrome app launcher that has a remote capabilities, but it's only embedded into their Chrome features and stuff. So a lot of people don't have Chrome, so I decided, well, that's probably not the way to go. Another one is to do remote desktop connections, which is built into Windows. The problem with that one is you would have to create user accounts on your computers to allow people to, log into your computer and stuff, and it's not really what I want to get into either. But I started looking at TeamViewer by a suggestion by one of the viewers out there, and TeamViewer seems to do everything that I'm really looking forward to be able to do. So things are, I want to have a fast connection where they can see everything. I want them to be able to take control of the mouse anytime they want to. I want to be able to transfer files back and forth, because, if I have a scenario and I want my friend to play it, I can easily just transfer a file between us. And I also want to have voice communication, so that way I can talk to him and say, hey, bud, don't forget, it's your route phase. You got to route your units first or something. Or, just talk with them or just communicate with them and have a good time while we're playing. So TeamViewer 2 is very quick and easy, and I've got my friend here who's going to actually demonstrate with us today how we can use TeamViewer to play Tigers on the Hunt with another live human person. Basically it's a hot seat mode that we can use for anyone that's anywhere in the world. So of course all I need to do is give my ID number and my password, and I'm going to go ahead and log in. And all I'm doing right now is I'm just messaging my friend and saying, okay, I'm ready for you, go ahead and log in. I wanted him to wait so I could show you guys everything before he logged in. And there he comes. Look at how quick and easy that is. And so now what I have to do is click on my little audio here, my little audio button, and make sure my microphone is not muted. There we go. Testing, testing. Craig, are you there? Craig, are you there?
I can hear you.
Hey, and I can hear you fine too. So that is awesome. So that's how quick and easy we connected. You can see it's just changed my background to just a blank screen. And what I can do right now is I'm going to actually, folks, I'm going to take this TeamViewer and I'm going to put it on my other screen so I don't miss it this time. But I'm going to show you a few things before I do that. One of the cool features is there is a whiteboard with this. So if I want to actually go in and draw a line or a circle around some units, or I'm going to tell him, you might want to attack up this way through this zone here, or whatever I want to do. I can, or if he's like, hey, don't forget you got a unit that's still broken and you haven't moved him, and he's like, which unit are you talking about? I can be like, this unit right here, this one, that. Okay, so whiteboard feature, which is a great addition as well. Of course, we have the file transfer capabilities we talked about. So the file box here, I could just drag files over to Craig, and again, if I had a scenario that I wanted him to have, all I had to do was just put that in the file drop box so that he has access to it. Craig, why don't you switch me over to your computer screen? So not only is it a one-way communication, it's a two-way communication. Now Craig is the host, and I am now logged in to Craig's computer, just like that. He just clicked a button, and in fact he has multiple monitors, so I can actually click on several of his different monitors. So if he has like, oh, I don't see that, I don't know what's going on, whatever the problem is, I can just click on his monitors to see it. And now what all I have to do to switch back is I'm just going to click on the switch back to partner mode, and now it's going to switch back to me being the host, just like that. So it has a lot of the features, almost every feature I could possibly want. Number one is this utility. Of course, you can go to TeamViewer.com. Is a free download to free install. You don't have to pay for it. It's completely free, of course, if you're using it for business purposes or whatever, you would have to. But if you're just using it for your own personal use, it is free to download and use. It's being updated, and it's really quick and easy. It's only like a 4 meg download. Took me like 12 seconds to download it. 2 minutes to install it, and within 5 minutes I'm up and running. So again, TeamViewer.com. I'm not trying to tell you that this is the way to do it. I'm just trying to show you that there is a viable way to play Tigers on the Hunt with a human player. So let's see how that works out. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to go ahead and start up Tigers on the Hunt. Craig, can you see the Tigers on the Hunt?
Yep.
All right. And at any time, Craig, go ahead and grab the mouse and just click on the play button for me. There you go. See, he completely has complete control anytime he wants. I can take complete control back anytime I move a mouse. So it's just, there's not a button to click on. You have voice communication. And let's just bring up the guard's counterattack. We're going to set it up for human player versus human player. I'm just going to leave the difficulty on normal, fog of war enabled, and the path quality on high. And we're going to say OK. And you can see it's up here. It's the pre-game setup for the Germans. So what I'm going to actually do is just drag my TeamViewer off the screen now, folks. I'm just going to drag it off the screen. So what I might want to do is say, you know what? Maybe I'm helping Craig out trying to figure out how to play the game. I'm just going to go to the whiteboard, and I'm just going to choose the pencil. I'm going to say, all right, Craig, you're going to be setting up your units up here in this quadrant up here, and then you're going to have another unit you're going to set up down here. But right now, it's the Germans' turn up here. So you're going to play the Russians. So at this point, you're just going to wait until I set up my units. And of course, once he says okay, say okay, Craig.
Yep.
All righty.
I'm ready.
I'm just going to hit the clear button there, so get rid of all that text. And I'm just going to go ahead and use the, oops, I got to get out of this mode actually. And I'm just going to just use the quick setup button there. And the computer will just assign. And then of course I can click on the pregame setup. All right, Craig, you can set up your units now however you want. He just chose the quick setup, and of course he went on to the next phase there. Administrative segments, you can just bypass that for the first turn. And I'm not doing anything, folks. I got my hands, just opening my can of Mountain Dew right now. So, and I'm just watching what he does. And then when he's done, I can just quickly say okay. All right. So we're on to the fire segment, Craig. And he's going to select some units. And he's going to attack. right, good job. I should mention that Craig just he isn't really playing Tiger in the Hunt. I would just give him a just so he could help me out today. So I appreciate him doing that for us, so we can introduce him. All right, Craig, what I want you to do is I want you to end the fire segment here. All right, so of course we're in the movement segment, which you know is vitally important. So you have a unit here you can move. You have a unit here you can move. To move Craig, all you have to do is click on him, do this, and boxes will be highlighted in white, okay? So he's doing his moves, and just right-click stop, and I would just tell my player I'm going to stop him, and at that point I could then defensive fire. I would take control of the mouse, just like I'm doing right now, and I can defensive fire. Oh, no, not with that guy, I can't. That guy's pinned, but he can still attack, so we'll go ahead. And I would say, okay, shoot. All right, Craig, go ahead. Just click back on your unit there, the 447 unit. And then click them down at the bottom. And you can continue moving. There you go. And so he's out of movement points. You can click on another. Nope, that guy already shot. Those guys can move, though. So you want to highlight them down at the bottom. All right. Oh, stop. I want a defensive fire, so I'm just going to take control of the mouse again. I've now got control of the mouse. I'm just going to right click. Oh, I just broke your units and pinned them. That was good for me. Alright, so he's got control of the mouse again, and he's done with the movement segment. And this is basically all you'd have to do. Alright, so the defensive fire segment, of course, it would go to me, so then I have control of the mouse, and all I'm going to be doing is, highlighting my units. And I'm going to say, you know what, let's attack this guy here. And we'll just say I'm done with defensive fire. Craig can use his advancing fire, but I don't think he's got one unit he can defensive fire, but maybe he doesn't know which unit it is. He's like, I don't know which unit it is. I don't know which unit it is. And I could say, all right, well, I'll tell you what, Craig, I'll show you where that is. Hang on, just give me a second here. You got a unit right here. This guy you could use. And, oh, really? Oh, that's great. Let me just get rid of that. There you go. All right, and Craig can take control of it. And now he can click on his unit down at the bottom. So there you go. That's a good way of, there's lots of other things. Like, for example, I can come up here and I can actually type in a message. Whoop, that's not very... I can type in notes for him up here, and just so he knows when he's doing his things, if I'm trying to teach him or help him or play or whatever. So you got the voice communication. You have the ability to transfer, which I think is huge, having voice communication. That's why when somebody was talking about doing hot seat play for the game, first thing I thought of was Skype. Because, of course, you want to have voice communication. You don't have to use voice communication. You can type back and forth if you wanted to. I mean, that's obviously easier. But I think voice communication is the way to go. So having that ability, having the ability to do file transfers back and forth so you can get your scenarios played, quick and easy access back and forth, which you see, within 5 seconds we were connecting and able to play, and having the ability to anybody can grab control of the mouse and take control of it. Now, it doesn't prevent me from clicking on Craig's units and doing something with him accidentally or whatever. There's no restrictions on anything like that. We're in the advanced fire segment. I could click on Craig's unit and, accidentally fire him or whatever I wanted. There's no restrictions on that. He can click on my units, but this is just a viable way to be able to you can go ahead and click on the we're done with that. I think let me turn the whiteboard off. So the whiteboard is kind of like an overlay, so you need to turn it off before you can move on. There you go. All right, you got it, Craig. Go ahead. And Craig's being real quiet because he wants me to talk, but he's there. You can hear him in the background, and he can hear everything we're saying. And of course, he can interject. And now it's the route segments. So he would have to route his units first. So click on the units that are broken there, Craig. There you go, and just the top two. Actually, I have to go first. Yeah, I think you already missed your routing, but that's okay. We're not really here trying to play the game. We're just trying to show you how easy and quick it would be to play against a human component. And again, Craig isn't an ASL expert or anything like that, so I've just been giving him the basics so that he can move some units around and shoot, so that he can demonstrate communicating with someone. So, Craig, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate all your help for this. And
No problem.
yeah, it was fun. And we can use this not only for Tigers in the Hunt, but I mean, we could use this for any kind of program out there that we are looking to play with a hot seat capability. So, hopefully, this gives you guys some ideas and gives you some thoughts about being able to hook up and play against a live opponent in Tigers on the Hunt. So, thanks a lot for watching. Leave your thoughts and comments below. We'll see you guys next time.